So here we're going to be dividing a polynomial by a monomial. In this case, we only have one term in the denominator. So remember when anytime we've been working with fractions, we always found a common denominator and we put everything over that denominator. Well, here to do the division, we're going to split it up again. So basically, each term in the numerator is going to be we're going to put that over its own denominator. Okay, so I'm going to take 16y to the 6th divided by 2y squared, and then I have a minus between the two terms, right? And I have a 12y to the 5th divided by a 2y squared. Okay, so it's like I'm taking the 2y squared and I'm distributing it, basically, if you like to think of it that way, between the two terms on the top in the numerator. Okay, so it's just like we're putting them, instead of putting it over a common denominator, we're separating them out into two different fractions again. Now I'm going to just go ahead and simplify each one of these, each thing right here. So I have 16 divided by 2, right? 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 16 8 times. So I have an 8 in the numerator. And then remember, when I have the same bases, I simply subtract my exponents, right? So I'm going to be left with 8, and it's going to be y to the 6 minus 2, right? And then the next one I have here, 2 goes into 2 one time, goes into 12 6 times. So I have a minus 6, and then I'm going to have a y to the 5 minus 2. And then if I simplify that, I simply have 8y to the 4th minus 6y cubed. And that's my answer. Okay, so let's try another one. This one I'm going to separate this out into 9x to the 4th divided by 3x cubed plus 16x cubed divided by 3x cubed. So now this simplifies, right? 3 goes into 3 one time, 3 goes into 9 three times. So I simply have a 3x and I have a 4 minus 3 as the exponent plus, well, 3 doesn't go into 16, so I'm just going to leave that as 16 thirds. And my x to the thirds cancel out. I have the same thing in the numerator and denominator, so that's just going to leave me with 16 thirds, and I have 3x, 4 minus 3 is 1, so it's just 3x to the 1 plus 16 thirds. And we'll do one more. Here we have a trinomial, so I'm going to put each term of the numerator over the same denominator, right? So I have 8x to the 4th, 2x squared, plus 11x to the 3rd divided by 2x squared, plus 6x squared divided by 2x squared. Okay, so I have 8 divided by 2 is going to give me a 4. Right, 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 8 4 times, and then I have an x to the 4 minus 2 plus, well, 2 doesn't go into 11, so I'm just going to have 11 halves x to the 3 minus 2 plus 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 6 three times, so I have 3, and then my x squares cancel out, so I just have plus 3. Again, we're going to simplify. We have 4x squared plus 11 halves x plus 3.